What time is it, my fine feathered friends? It's One Woman's workout time! Yeah! And we got backpack day. And what are we doing for backpack day? We're doing the chest, right? Chesticles, whatever you want to call them. And we're going to have fun while we do it. And at the end, we're going to talk about type 2 diabetes mellitus today. It's a little introduction, somewhat brief, right? But you know how it goes with all of our discussions. We introduce it and then we get the meat and potatoes later, right? So let's get through the moves. We'll get ready to go. You could have gloves today if you want. I'm personally not going to be using them. What's going on? How you doing, Get Fit For Me? Thanks for tuning in. I'm not going to be using them because it's relatively brief. The single arm stuff with the flies that we'll be doing and the press, right? But by all means, wear the gloves if you want to. And just keep them on the whole time and do your push-ups with them and everything. We're going to aim more towards the 10 to 15% of body weight today. Don't go up to that 20 with this. Do whatever you want, you know, if you're more advanced. But, you know, be careful. We don't want to get hurt, you know, especially because we're going to be doing a lot of push-ups with the backpack before we do the flies and whatnot, right? So you also need the weight to be appropriate to be able to do a single arm fly. So keep that in mind, right? Whatever dumbbell you use in the gym that you could do, like, you know, 15 of those flies, I want you to use, because by that point after the push-ups, you'll probably only get, you know, 5 with that same weight, right? But that's okay. All right, first up, we'll have our incline push-up, and I'm not going to put the backpack on for this. And when I do, I'm just going to place it on my back. I'm not going to wear it today. I think it'll be good to balance it, right? Another aspect of the stabilization and letting those serratus anterior work, right? And that core in general. An incline push-up. You got your feet up. Boom. We'll do that twice. Then we'll do flat ground, regular push-up. Then we'll do decline push-up, depending on how tired we are, or we'll do more flat ground on our knees. We'll see how we are feeling. If we do the decline, we're going to do a hold the second time we do it. We're going to do each of these twice, right? So again, 2 incline, 2 flat ground in a row. Then we're going to knock that decline out with our hands up on our chair, or I have a bench, so I was fortunate enough to find this to use today so that I can lay on it for the flies, right? So if you have something like that, it might be more comfortable, whether it's a futon or even like a couch, right? Whatever you want to use. But we've been using a chair, and that works just fine. So if that's all you have, that's totally cool. So we're going to do that. Then we'll get into our unilateral stuff with our flies and whatnot. And with that, you're going to have one arm hanging off, right? So really just your scapula is on, okay? Your humerus is off, right? So you're going to come like this. We put the other arm in this pec so we can feel it, right? Feel the contraction. You're going to come down with a straight arm, and you're going to come up. That's our fly. Then we're going to do our press, where we come like this. Boom. Boom. You can hold it in this pronated grip, or in this neutral grip, or even in the supinated grip more if you want to. Fine by me. But a recommendation, once you get tired, if you come up and you twist into it, it'll make it a little easier and help you to get some more reps. So we're going to do each of those twice. Then we're going to knock the other side out. And then the last 2 are flat ground push-ups. We do flat ground. Actually, the last 2 are incline and then flat ground without weight. Okay? Because at that point, the chest will be getting roasty toasty. All right. You got 1 minute. We'll get rocking and rolling here. 15 seconds for 16 moves, minute in between each round. That's what you got on the menu today. First up, incline. So put those feet up on the chair or bench, whatever you have. And when it starts to beep, 3 seconds, we'll put this backpack on and get set. Again, I'm using no strap. All right. I want you to balance it on your back, like so, and push up. Again. Keep going if you can. Come to the flat ground. Shake your arms out. Again. Go on your knees if you need to. Continue. Get that godforsaken thing off yourself. And you come here. Up on your chair or bench. Fly. It taps the ground. You come up. Press. Again. Other side, other side. Grab that handle, and you're flying, people. We're gonna fly through this workout. Keep going. Good job. Keep that arm straight as long as you can. And now we press. Taps the ground. Comes up. Continue. Take it off. Incline unweighted. Move to flat ground. We're gonna feel it today. We're gonna get strong today. It's gonna be good. It's your boy, B-Vase. What's up, my brother? Andrew Kozak, what's up, bro? How you doing? Thanks for coming on. It's one down. Jesus. Come on, talk you will see what's going on. Oh man, I'm tired today. Give you what I got. Give you everything I got. Grab that backpack, pop it on up there, however it sits. Give me a halfway hold. Pop it back on. Flat ground. Go to the knees when you start to fail. Never sacrifice form. Just kick it off. And we got our flies. Start with the other side this time. And press. Oh my God. Other side. Oh, holy crap. Again. And press. Again. Oh my God. Incline, no weight. Flat ground. This is hard. Who's making us do this? What's going on? 2 down. Come on, talk to me, and you will see all what's going on. Continue. Ready? Half. Hold. Shake it out. Flat ground. Keep going. On the knees. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Fly time. Press. Rest, press. Rest, press. Lloyd. Other side. Keep going. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Incline. Flat ground. Three down. Just two more. That's great. That's really great. It's two. That's not hard. We could do two of these, right? I think. I know. You could do two. Take some weight out. If your form's really starting to go. I'm going to try this one more time. I'll go on my knees to compensate if I have to. Or give it the rest and press type thing. But do your best, all right? Good job. One, two more. Come on, talk to me. This song's been stuck in my head all morning. Great song. Marvin Gaye, he was the man. Was. Sailing out. All right. Pick this puppy up. This godforsaken thing. Put it on your back. ground. Shake it out. Knees. Take it up. Flash. Get it close. Yeah. Chair or bench. Keep going. Rest. Fly. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. It's that first side, right after the push-ups. That's why we're rotating, of course. When we do first, it makes it a lot harder on that side. Keep going. Good job. Press. 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 Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Rest. Press. Feet up. Shake it. Flat ground. Four down. You're almost done. That's four, guys. Really good job. We're doing great. I'm fine. Totally fine, yeah. Don't worry. Good job, guys. Hey, one more, right? One more, ready? Aside from pushing yourself really hard in this last one, I want you to, because it's almost over, you got 4 minutes left. I want you to remember not to sacrifice form for a rep. Please don't get hurt on me. You know, this is when it happens, when you're really tired and you try to twist to get up. Just take the thing off. Go to your knees, okay? Please. What up, scatter pieces? Thanks for tuning in. Pick that puppy up for the last damn time and put it on your back. However, it'll stay there. Come down, hold halfway. Shake it. Flat ground. Knees. Take it off. Come over for your fly. Keep going. Rest, press. Rest, press. 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 It's the hardest set of the day. Press. Rest. Press. Ah! Flies. Keep going. Press. 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 One more. Press. Press. Feet up. Flat ground. Uh-huh. Let's go. Give me 10 more push-ups. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One for good luck. Ah. Hard. Yes. Okay. Well, you got through it, so golf clap. Good job. Excuse me. All right, today what are we talking about? That's right, type 2 diabetes mellitus. Type 2 diabetes mellitus. So, we've been talking about type 1 for the past few days, but type 2 is a different type of story we have here. So in type 1, it's like we weren't producing enough insulin, if any, because of beta cell autoimmune destruction. And in this case of type 2, it's not that we aren't producing any, it's that we have our insulin working, right? You have so much sugar over so much time, you have your insulin bringing glucose to the tissues to absorb and either use for energy or to store. But the issue becomes eventually the insulin gets tired. I mean, well, that's down the road, but the insulin keeps carrying it, and the cell is not sending the proper vesicles or proteins to the membrane to absorb the calcium, to absorb the glucose, And so these cells become resistant to the action of the insulin. It's getting the sugar there, but they're not taking it up anymore, right? And so we have the phrase insulin resistant cells, insulin resistance, I'm sure you've heard of. And so this happens, they're not sure exactly why this happens, the exact mechanisms and reasons as to why, but they think the release of adipokines, which are just cytokines released from fat cells. We've talked about what cytokines are, right? And they think that the release of these adipokines over time may have something to do with the development of this insulin resistance. Interesting, fun little fact, but don't quote me on that being the reason, right? Because they're not sure, right? They just think it might be involved. And so what happens? So how is the body going to adapt now? Because it's always going to adapt. Body's an incredibly intelligent machine. And so what it does is it starts to beef up these beta cells in the islets of Langerhans, which make our insulin. And so it grows them in size, hypertrophy, right? Beta cell hypertrophy. And beta cell hyperplasia occurs. A greater number of these beta cells. So it makes more beta cells and it makes them bigger, jacked up super Hulk beta cells, right? So now we're pumping out a lot more insulin and for a while we're good, right? We have normal amounts of glucose in the blood. We're doing fine because the insulin, the extra the body is making, is picking up this sugar, bringing it to tissues. And it does this for a while. And we're normoglycemic, normal amount of sugar in the blood, right? Going for a while, it's going great. But eventually, the insulin gets tired, right? The beta cells that produce the insulin, get tired. Like every biological machine, they have a lifespan. And they can't do this forever. It's a high workload. And so they get exhausted. And so now what happens is actually the opposite. You get hypoplasia, a less number of them, because they die off. And you get hypertrophy, the opposite of hypertrophy. They get smaller, so they shrink and they die off. And now we aren't producing as much insulin. In addition to that, now we haven't mentioned the fact that beta cells also produce amylin, right? And amylin is going to accumulate in the islets of Langerhans because of this excessive amount of beta cells we had before, right? That the body had tried to adapt by doing, making a lot more of them, making them bigger. And now we have amylin buildup, or amyloid plaques they become. And I'm sure you've heard of amyloid plaques in the sense of beta amyloid plaques that are related to neurodegenerative disease and things like Alzheimer's. But in this case, we have the buildup of amyloid plaques. And we'll talk about more about the indication of, what that really means tomorrow and the next day. But know for now, with the introduction, that happens. And so now we're producing less insulin because these cells are dying off, they're getting smaller and shrinking, right? So what happens? So now it cuts back similar to the chase of type 1, right? Similar concept going on. We don't have that insulin to grab the sugar, to take it to tissues, to either be used for energy or to be absorbed, whether it's a liver or adipose tissue it's stored in. And so we have similar symptoms at this point of polyuria, polyphagia, glycosuria, right? Polydipsia, so that excessive thirst, glycosuria, the sugar in the blood, polyuria, excessive urination, right? Polyphagia, excessive hunger, right? Because we're not getting the sugar to the tissues and they still need energy. And so they can't burn glucose. What are they going to do? The muscles break down proteins. And the fat cells in the liver break down fat, right? And that's how we get those ketones. And we said we go to ketoacidosis with type 1. But there is still some insulin circulating in type 2, and so we don't quite get to the point of ketoacidosis. So it's not really affiliated with type 2 diabetes. Notice. More of a type 1 thing. Okay? So no ketoacidosis. And I think that's a pretty good introduction for today. We understand the type of mechanism we're starting at in our story of type 2 diabetes, right? They're always a story, so we can remember everything's connected. Right? And I hope that was a little bit informative. And if you want to hear more, great stuff's coming tomorrow. Really get into the meat and potatoes, as we say, right? And that'll do it for today. So tomorrow is hit day. Yeah! Get ready to go for it. It's going to be good. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. We're earlier than usual today. Good morning. Enjoy the day. We'll see you tomorrow.